Hello everyone, welcome to the Milkbar. Where am I? Well, I'm gonna give you the answer right after this. News! So yeah, you might be wondering where I am. Why am I not in my normal room where I usually sit and record everything? And that's because I've moved. I got myself my first real apartment. I've been waiting for so long. So long. I was in like... I don't own it. I haven't bought an apartment. It's rent. It's rent. And by the way, this is also the first video I'm recording after having a cold. You can probably still hear it a little bit on my voice. Even though I was like... okay, like a week ago, it's like really slow, this one. It wasn't like I wasn't like very sick or anything like that. It's just long-lasting aftermath, so to say. But yeah, the moving. I've been so many years been looking for an apartment, and I finally got one in February. Yep, in February. And ever since then, I've been telling you guys, if you've been paying a lot of attention, you may have picked up on it a little bit, because there are some recording sessions back when I'm in my room. Well, one recording session where you see that my books are all gone from my bookshelf behind me, and then in the next recording session, the bookshelf is gone, and it's been gone ever since, and that was back in March or something like that. And also, almost every single recording session, I've been telling you guys that we'll see if I have time to record tomorrow or next week, because I'm gonna be very busy. Because I've been very busy this entire spring, just going and buying furniture and fixing a lot of stuff. So yeah, I got the apartment back in February, but because I don't own any furniture or any other things, I've been around like buying a bed, buying a sofa, buying this and that, more bookshelves. You can see these two are empty, the ones you can see behind me. I'm gonna fill them with stuff. I haven't unpacked everything yet. I've been living here for a week now. And this is also the first day of my vacation, so that's really nice. After moving here, I only worked for one more week, which was 4 days because we had Monday off. Yeah, so this is all very new, very exciting. I'm gonna keep recording Metroid Prime 2. I'm gonna do a recording session tomorrow and test that out for the first time. Today I'm only recording this Milkbar video as a little warm-up. Hopefully my voice will be a little bit... like sometimes you might not be able to hear any difference, but I can feel a difference when I'm talking right now. I feel like it sounds a bit more nasal. It's like... what was that? It's like a weird block. Yeah, I mean, it's different for the person actually speaking, because as soon as there's a minor difference, you can hear that, because you're so used to how you hear your own voice. And since initially I took a break from uploading because I got a cold, and then last weekend I was so busy with moving, and then I've been working, so now even with the upload pause, I'm now completely caught up. So today I'm going to edit episode 40 of Metroid Prime 2, and I'm going to edit this Milkbar video tomorrow. So I really do need to record if I want to keep uploading every day right now. So yeah, it's gonna take a while for me to get properly... what would you say? Lived into here. Like, I'm gonna be... yeah, this is not the angle you'll normally get when I record. It's just I put the camera right in front of me when I record Milkbars, because I don't need to see the computer screen. The angle is gonna be a bit more like this when I record gameplay on my computer, I guess, and the camera is gonna be a bit more to that direction. Well, that direction for me, is it that direction for you? Is it mirrored? I believe it might be mirrored. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And when I record gameplay stuff, I'll be sitting over there in, well, I can actually show you. Because now I don't have to move my computer chair in front of my TV, because now I actually have a couch. So here you have the microphone, and I'll just be able to swivel it around so I can sit here, right here, and record from my TV. Yeah, my new TV. Really nice new TV. So I'll just be sitting in that corner when I'm recording. Whoo, that's gonna be nice. Gonna test that out tomorrow. Ooh, I hope. Still can't make promises. I'm still quite busy, but yeah, how did I always said the entire spring, like, oh yeah, I might not be able to record because I'm gonna be very busy, and I've been very busy. But I managed to pull through anyway, and actually did manage to keep uploading every day, except for that time when I was sick, like this last time and earlier this spring, at the expense of my mental health. No, I'm just kidding. But I've been really tired this entire spring. It's so much, and because it's such a big change in my life, that's also very weird to me. Like, I don't like change. It takes a long time for me to adapt to change. So it's been difficult. Even though because I had such a long time, because, well, I can say this, the apartment I'm living in now, it's 5 minutes from where I lived before. I'm really close to my parents, so it's not very far. So I know the area. I've been living here very like in the area for a very long time. Since I was like 4, we moved here to this area. And so, and since I didn't need, normally when you move like in a weekend or like in a day, and you get a lot of help and you move a lot of stuff, because that's usually how you move. But because I barely had like furniture or anything like that, and because I was living at home with my parents and it's so close, I've been able to slowly move my stuff here, but then actually move in last week during the entire spring, and I've been able to like getting used to the thought, so it wasn't too bad as if it would have been more sudden. But yes, I've been paying rent this entire spring, even though I haven't been living here. To some people that would feel terrible. For me, it's more important that I feel comfortable. So yeah, over time, depending on what I play, if I'll be sitting here or there, you'll see that the backgrounds will evolve. And yeah, I'll get stuff in this bookshelf right behind me. This one is not even finished yet, because I'm gonna have some glass doors and then have some like nice stuff in it. Just have glass doors so it doesn't get all dusty. At least not dusty as quickly. And I haven't put those up. I finished building this bookshelf today. The glass doors are over there, and I'm gonna put them up sometime during the week. But I think that's enough on that particular part. Well, I can mention this. What will this mean for you guys when it comes to my channel? Well, not that much of a difference. However, because I now live completely alone and no one to interrupt me or to make noises. Well, yeah, it's you can kind of hear outside a lot in the stairs, like the soundproofing of the door to the stairs outside is not the best, so you can hear that, but it's not very often. But anyway, back to what I was saying, because I live alone and I can't get interrupted, and a lot of noises. I'll have more opportunities to record skits and a cappella and things like that, and also also milk bars like this, or the what's it called, the conversation videos, which I haven't done in almost a year, mainly because, well, I've been very busy, and also, yeah, it's weird because I only record weekends when I'm working, and then I record 4 episodes one day, 4 episodes the next day. And I rarely, when I do record other types of videos, that just it's weird. It feels weird to fit in a conversation sometimes, but it's gonna be easier now. So anyway, there were probably more things. I've been thinking about recording this video for quite some time. So there were probably more things that I wanted to bring up about this whole move thing. But I guess if I remember, I'll bring it up when I record Metroid Prime 2. I guess. Or I still have some more to this video. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. But now, speaking of questions... Questions! We actually do have some questions, yeah. So I have one a bit older question. That was from an older Milkbar. I'm gonna bring it up here. And one fairly recent one that I got on just another video, but it was asked to be on a Milkbar video. So let me go to... milk search. There's the last Milkbar from December when I opened Pokemon card packs. And let's see, question number 1. Oh yeah, both questions are from the same person actually, now I realized. So it's from one of my most loyal viewers. I don't know how to pronounce your name really, but it's, as it says here, it says Grafspe807 call. I don't know what the call part is, but anyway. What are some of my favorite video game movies or shows? And some of your least favorites? Well, when it comes to video game movies, I don't... I mean... Well, the question is favorite video game movies, but then you mention... well, yeah, you do mention movies that got made into games, like King Kong, it says here, the one I played last year. So I guess you mean both ways, both games that were made because of a movie and movies that have a video game as a not inspiration, but like, yeah, video game movies or movies that were made into a video game, or what's the word? What's the word? Interpreted? No. Well, I guess adaptation. Adaptation. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, a video game adaptation of a movie or a movie adaptation of a video game. There we go. Adaptation. So yeah, when it comes to movies made into games, I mean, yeah, King Kong is a good example, but I don't know, since I've only played it through once, I don't know if I could call it a favorite. There was an old game for Lord of the Rings Return of the King that I really liked, where I learned a lot of cheat codes for it that were built into the game, so you could make yourself invincible and just run around killing as many orcs as you wanted and just leveling up your characters. That was always fun. And you always played this pretty much after beating in the game and you were trying to level your characters, you always played the same levels, the ones with the most orcs, so you'd get the most experience available. And there's also this other Lord of the Rings games that I still have that is... It's an original story that's based upon the movie world. It's called The Third Age. I mentioned this game before during Let's Plays. And that's... I guess it's partially a video game or a movie game, but it doesn't follow the actual main characters. It has original characters, but then the events of the movie does happen. It's just that these characters are doing different things. So I think those are some good examples. I don't play that many game adaptations of movies. The other way around, however, if we're speaking about movies that are adaptations from video games, they are generally known as being bad. And I have not seen that many of them. Like, there are very infamous, like from the 80s, I think, or maybe it was early 90s. Late 80s, early 90s, something. The Super Mario Bros. Movies. I've heard I think it's only one. I've only heard of it. I've never actually seen it. I only heard that it's really bad, or at the very least, very, very cheesy. And more recently, you have like the Sonic movie. Well, there are two now, and I think they're making a third. I'm probably gonna watch those, but I haven't seen them yet. But seemingly they're quite okay. Well, also I can bring up. Well, I get back to that, but favorite video game movie, I would probably have to say the Warcraft movie. I know a lot of people didn't really like. I think most people that likes the Warcraft universe likes the movie, but people outside of it a lot of the time got a bit confused, and I also didn't like some of the retcons they did, because yeah, the movie exists in its own little universe because there were so many things, little things that they changed, like for example, two things about Khadgar, him not being Medivh's apprentice and also not being rapidly aged at the end. Because that's such an important part of his character, that he becomes rapidly aged because of that curse that he gets put on him, which was about to kill him, but it got interrupted, so it just made him very, very old. And a lot of other little changes that was a bit... some changes I can live with, but some were a bit like, they shouldn't have done that. But I think it's a great movie anyway, and it's too bad it did so poorly in America, because it did well in Europe, it did super good in China and like overseas, but only because it did bad or poorly in America, they decided, no, let's not make more, because I guess they earn more money from showing it in America, then they have to pay more to be able to show it overseas, I guess. Which is not overseas for me because I'm in Europe, but yeah, from their point of view. So I would say that is my favorite video game movie. And going back to the games, there's also an old, I remember, the Harry Potter game. Two actually, for the second movie, Chamber of Secrets. Both the Game Boy Color game I had as a kid and the GameCube game. Well, it was GameCube and PlayStation 2, I believe. And also I had the Game Boy Advance for Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, but I don't remember that very well. But Chamber of Secrets and... Chamber of Secrets for both the console and the Game Boy Color version I remember very fondly. The Game Boy Color is like an RPG game, and I don't even know what you would... it's not a platformer, but it I guess adventure game. I don't know. But yeah, those are my answers. And the other question from the same person, that was a more recent question, is how do I come up with my thumbnails that I do? Well, I started making thumbnails quite early on. I didn't right in the beginning, but then I guess like I'm sorry, like midway through my first big Let's Play, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team, I think I started making thumbnails. Not very good back then, and it wasn't until last year that I started doing unique thumbnails for each and every episode. well, semi-unique. The way I come up with them is usually, well, I do have a lot of, because my old camera, not this one, the one I had before that I still have it, but I don't use it. Last time I used it was last Milkbar, when I did like dual camera for opening the Pokemon cards. That's weird that that would come up. Anyway, that one, when I was recording, during, as it was recording, it would take photographs of my face whenever I did like or like it noticed big changes on my face, and it would take photos. I still have a lot of them saved, and I use those. That's why the pictures of my face in the thumbnails, I don't know, yeah, this like this white hair here, you can see a little white tuft here. It's not as prominent or not there in most of my thumbnails currently because they're a couple of years old, those pictures. But this one is not taking any pictures, so I'm starting to catch up. Anyway, I take my face, I take the main character of the game, if there is one, and then I just try to put my face on the main character or creature, whatever, and make it look as natural as possible, at least so that it... With some characters it's difficult, so I have to like just cut out my eyes, eyebrows, beard, nose, whatever, and just put them where they fit, because you cannot take the human face and apply it, because it doesn't work. Like Ratchet from Ratchet & Clank, for example, it looks weird to put a human face on him, and the proportions doesn't really work. And I sit for a long time just trying to make that face just fit in, and that is one of the reasons, because I take so long time actually trying to put my face onto something else, that I don't want to do every thumbnail completely unique, because it would take so much work, which is why I reuse that face for many thumbnails when I do a series. And then what I do now, I'm gonna go by what I do now with my thumbnails, and not my earlier stuff, is that I find in the background is just something that happens in the episode that makes for a good background shot, and then I take a picture of usually an enemy or a boss that appears in that episode and also put it there. Or if there's nothing good, I don't know, I make something up. And then some text that has something to do with what happens in the episode. I still really suck at SEO, search engine optimization. And in a way I don't want to be good at it, because I mentioned this before, it hurts my creative integrity. I don't want to be like this amazing video. That's a really weird and generic example, but, and like, you know, it's a type of YouTubers who they don't really care. What's most important to them is to get many views, and they're looking for an audience that is like 12-year-olds that are looking for videos with people with thumbnails that go like, oh, and like they've enlarged the eyes and they have like some clickbaity text, and I don't want to do that. I just don't want to, so I suck at it. Getting a little bit off topic here, but anyway, that's generally how I come up with thumbnails. I don't do much thinking about it that really. And I also have a full-time job. Now I have vacation, but I'm on vacation, but still, like, I have a life. I can't put even more effort. Like, over the years I've been putting more and more effort into YouTube, but I have a limit. I'm just one person. I might say just lately with the Metroid Prime 2, I mean, thumbnails, I'm not super happy with them, partially because, as I mentioned, the dark suit was difficult to get my face in and I don't want to redo it, but also because of the aesthetic of the game itself. It doesn't really lend itself well to thumbnails, because it's sort of the colors, it's a bit, would you say, dull in its colors, so it doesn't stand out. It doesn't pop, really, the thumbnails. So, but yeah, it's gonna have to be that way. Just, as I said, I'm one person and I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, thank you so much for those questions. That's gonna have to be it, because it's getting close to 30 minutes here. I got something, tiny things to cut out, but it's gonna be a long Milkbar anyway. I only have 2 questions. Well, a big thing about the moving, but I still managed. I talk so much, and I go off on rants, off topic. I don't know how to keep myself short. And I also hate cutting out stuff. Like, I don't want to remove anything I just said. This entire recording here. I don't want to cut anything out. I mentioned this before, I believe, but you know the expression "kill your darlings" that's usually applied to writing? To remove things to make it better. I hate doing that. I hate removing things, because if I've done work, I don't want any of that work to go to waste. I hate that. Like, it would be like if I cooked food and then I just ate the perfect amount of it to make me feel just as good as I need, but then I have some extra food over, but not enough to make like a second, like some leftovers, just a little bit extra. I don't want to throw that away. I'd eat that. I hate wasting work that has already been done. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have more Milkbar questions for future Milkbars, put them down in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Boom, yeah, echt song, hey, boom, boom, yeah, watch some videos, hey, boom.